All right, peace, peace, peace. Well, first and foremost, man, hopefully the Most High in your house shall blessing all day. By His mercies you are consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house, His body, until we're naturally alive, man. And we want to get into this, man. Because I was just, thinking this morning, meditating on this, man. Because I want to go back, we want to kind of talk about, again, dying the death of the righteous, man. That's the only thing that, the death that we want to have is killing off the old man, old woman, killing off the old self. As Colossians says, put off the old man, let everything be new in Hamashiach and Yahushua. But also, too, man, I want to say, in the aspect of, when we're going to put these together, man, how we want to be marked for death in the aspect. Because I was thinking about the, Steven Seagal movie, classic Steven Seagal movie, Marked for Death. Also, too, with Biggie, one of my favorite Biggie songs, and on Life After Death is Kick in the Door, when he talks about I think it's the I forget what verse it was, but he said, look how it's dark as gets when you mark for death, honestly. But we're gonna look at it in the spiritual aspect, in the righteous aspect, honestly, because how in the aspect we want to be marked for death and dying the death of the righteous. So let's go to Ezekiel 9 and verse 4, honestly. Because, what we're talking about here can kind of be misconstrued, but spiritually looking at it through a gospel testimony, witness-wise, spiritual-wise, I want to get into this, how we want to be marked for death. Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4, because that's a popular saying, and that saying is really and deservedly so. Really is when somebody's when their judgment is pretty much ending, or their end is coming, pretty much, man. Because prior, Denzel, in the Training Day, man, he was pretty much marked for death, honestly. But we're gonna look at this in a righteous aspect, though, in a different aspect, man. So, because Second Ezra said 5 verse 42, the Most High judgment is like a ring, honestly. That's really what it is. When most of the time in the world, in life, people say he's marked for death, but here, we want to look at it in a different aspect, honestly. We want to be marked for this type of death. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4. It says, let's get it. Let's see. And the Lord said to him, go in the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and put a mark on the foreheads of the men who sigh and cry over the abominations that are done with it, honestly. Yeah, so that mark is, pretty much, man, is when the word is being within you, man. That mark lines up with that Revelation 17 amongst the elect, man. Those that marked, those that had the word in them, honestly. Seriously, man, because that's the mark of the beast is pretty much like it says in the law of Deuteronomy. The mark pretty much is when you're in covenant with that, honestly. With that, honestly, that's just is what it is, man. But we want to be marked in this aspect, marked with the word, honestly. Also, too, this lines up with this Revelation 6, honestly. It says, those the saints in Revelation 6 and 10 and 11. But let's read this again. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city and through the midst of Jerusalem, and put a mark on the foreheads of the men who sigh and cry of the abominations that are done in it. So see that? So it's a set mark upon them. So that's what it is. We want to be at that mark, man. Mark with the word in us, man. Marked as ones that are preserved, man. Marked and marked for death, as in dying the death of the righteous. So let's get Numbers 23 real quick. Numbers 23 and 10. It says, who can count the dust of Jacob, or the 1/4 of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and my end may be like his. Exactly. That's at Jeremiah 29:11 end, man. Yahushua Shai's, because like pretty much we want to finish the work as He finished the work. Honestly, the ultimate work is our faith, of course, but finish the work as run the race to obtain as He did. Honestly, so that's why that First John comes in, like walk as He walked. Honestly, lived how He lived. Honestly, and all the righteous sons and daughters in the past before us are even to the aspect now, the brothers and sisters in this walk that walking righteously, as well like them, honestly, dude, because we all want to be on one accord in Yahushua's body, man. But that's just is what it is. So let's read this again, man. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is. Let's get yeah, man. So our ending could be like His, man, an expected end. And that kind of goes into what we were talking about last night, living according to the promises, man. Yeah, man, walking in the Spirit, honestly. Walking as He walked. Yahushua, which is walking in the Spirit. Numbers chapter 23, verse 10, it says, "Who can count the dust of Jacob, or number the 1/4 of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my end be like his." So, yeah, man. So we want to be marked for that type of death, man. Marked for the marked for death as in dying the death of the righteous, man. Being marked as in being preserved, amongst the saints, as the sons and daughters of the Most High Yahushua, sons and daughters God of the past. So we could be in that, honestly, just like that song we shared the other day, that reel we shared the other day, Louis Armstrong, man. When the saints come marching in, I want to be in that number, man. Honestly, so yeah, man. This is what it is, man. Want to see that new heavens, new earth, New Jerusalem, the Garden of Eden again, place of pleasure. So that's what it is. But we're really, it starts inwardly, that old inward man dying the death of the righteous, inward, that's killing the old man, old woman, and building that kingdom within. Honestly, that's the only kingdom we can build. Honestly, that's why I says Jude 1:20, build ye up in the faith, man. Yeah, man. So that's what it is. So hopefully it's edifying. So much love to y'all, brothers and sisters. So peace.